Albert was either thrown out of a car or hit by a car. He was found on the side of the road down in Cabot, Arkansas. Some really, really wonderful people thought that he was worth taking a shot at. And we brought him up on one of those pet carriers that come up with tons of animals from the South.
51 dogs, welcome to Rochester. They were brought here by the dog rescue organization Freedom Ride Incorporated.
This is an ongoing problem. I want y'all to understand the scope of it.
The population here is 10 times the amount of animals elsewhere.
Come here, whoa. Come here, buddy. My name is Monda Wooten. I'm from Trenton, Georgia. Here in the South, it's really sad.
People drop dogs off here all the time. We just made a mistake.
Right. And we know that you love animals. It's not about that.
Myself, I can't tell the difference in abuse and neglect.
We have people here working really hard to change that landscape. And I know we've made progress. And I hope and I pray that I'm doing the most that I can and being the most effective that I can be in my community to make the biggest difference that I can make.
Boom, there you go. That was the trailer for Free Puppies, arriving in theaters on August 12th. I'm Kuya P. This is Nerds Rule the World. And as you see on the screen, I have some special guests from Free Puppies, the filmmakers, the documentarians behind this all. Super to have them. Samantha Wishman and Christina Thomas. Thank you so much for your time today.
Thank you for having us. An honor to be here.
Oh, truly a pleasure. You guys are awesome. Who doesn't love dogs? Who doesn't love puppies? As a pet owner on the team, along with the rest of the team, you all know we talk about our dogs on IG. We put our pictures up. We have a pretty Gotham themed named dog family in our crew. My dog's name is Alfred. Rob's dogs are Batman and Harley. And then I forgot the other dogs, but a very Gotham City themed dog family here. But Free Puppies, Samantha, Christine, thank you for your time. Thank you for coming through. We definitely wanted to show love because we're such dog family, dog fans over here at the NRW. Free Puppies, how did this project come along? As I was looking at your bios, you both were in film schools in your respective areas, but then you kind of moved to LA and then both found dogs yourself. How did your individual lives intersect to then want to make this documentary? I'm curious how this all started.
Sure. So Tina and I actually were friends from college. Okay. So Christina was a dancer, actress, performer, and I was an English major, but we were really good friends. And Tina moved out to LA after college. I went to law school. I moved out to LA. We kind of reconnected out there working together. We worked on a short film called The Pitch that I wrote and produced with my other friend, Maria, and Tina was the star along with Maria of that short film. And that one was in some festivals, which was really exciting. So that was our first kind of working collaboration. And then I rescued a dog in LA, and then I came back to New York and helped my mom rescue a dog, and that dog came to Connecticut from Mississippi. So that was kind of the introduction for me to this huge movement of rescue dogs from the rural South to the Northeast. And I just became fascinated by the idea and thought that it was like such a compelling story. People were really interested, wanted to learn more about it. And that was kind of the genesis, was the personal connection to this whole movement. And wow. So Tina and I had worked together recently and had a great experience. So asked if she wanted to be part of it, and she said yes, which was great. And we kind of took it from there. And we reached out to a woman named Muffy Meyer, who was an advisor on the project. And she actually introduced us to the kind of first dog rescuer. We went down, met her name is Monda, and we kind of just got introduced to this whole amazing community from there. So that was how it started.
Wow, wow, wow. Amazing. I love it. I love it. After like Hurricane Katrina, I'm sure like all of us, you know, as pet owners and finding out how so many animals, well, there's a lot of disasters that were happening down south, right? And uh, beyond with the tornadoes, that so many animals, you know, they're kind of the last thought of, and get displaced. So I think it's amazing that there are these organizations that are doing this to help with that. And now you guys giving light to that is so beautiful. So, but as a filmmaker myself, I know how daunting this can be as a task. Okay, it's one thing to like figure out a project, but then it's pre-pro, it's, you know, everything, post, all that, and now getting the word, which you all are doing. It's a beast. So you met, as you said, this initial rescuer. Going over to you now, Christina, can you tell me, you know, once you came on board and you're like, okay, let's do this. We love our dogs. We want to shine a light on this. What did you think? How was this, you know, on producer hat, and like, how do we make this happen?
Exactly. So we spent a lot of time in Trenton, Georgia, where Monda, the rescuer Sam mentioned, lives. And she was extremely helpful in introducing us to different rescuers, organizations, local people throughout the neighborhood. And what was really important for Sam and myself is we're not experts in this field. We are there to listen and to learn. So a lot of the time we spent down there was just kind of picking up information, seeing what's going on in this area and other areas around it. And day to day, everything changed. So we might have an idea of what we wanted to film that day, but then a dog is being rescued somewhere. And so we have to get in the car and drive someplace else. But I would say it was obviously an incredible experience. But from maybe like the day one, what we had in our mind and planned completely changed throughout the entire process. Until now, we're at this point where we can finally put it out. So,
gotcha.
And
it's been an amazing experience.
It's been amazing. And yes, you can never, like, trying to schedule dog rescuers is not really a thing, because they follow the dogs and you can't predict what's going to happen. But we collaborated with some really great people. So Monda also introduced us to our first DP. His name is Carter McCormick, and his wife Paula, who are both from a little bit outside of Trenton, but they were from there. They specialized in kind of animal and wildlife videography, which was kind of like very serendipitous. So they were the first kind of crew that we hired, and they were like really an instrumental partnership in terms of actually producing it. In part because they were super talented, huge animal people, and also really knew the area. So that, like, you know, we are obviously, Monda was really helpful, but having Carter, I think, take us around was also really great, because, you know, we're not from there. And like, you're going into a small community, and I think that they want to know, like, that they can trust these people coming in. They're like, who are you? Like, what are you doing? But having friends down there made a big difference.
That's awesome. So I'm sure, you know, again, on a filmmaking standpoint, well, this is being a documentary and you're going to kind of cover a subject. You already had an idea that the story was going to be, we're going to focus on rescue dogs, how that process happens, but you're down there, you're recording, and because you find that schedules are different, as you said, like, were you able to stick to a schedule, and did you already kind of have the story in mind, and how many other stories came into play as you found out about the stories of these rescuers and what they do day to day? And like, was the final story that we now have done in edit? I'm curious on a filmmaking standpoint and capturing everything that you've experienced.
So I would say we went down for like a kind of a research trip, which is where we met a lot of the people. So we had kind of a list of people who we thought would be great to follow when we came back. And then we also kind of had a separate list of like people we wanted to interview. So it's near Chattanooga, which is it's a small city, but it's a big city for that area. And they have some very like developed shelters. So we put like, you know, the directors of the shelters, the spay neuter clinics. So there was like our interview list, which was kind of like the easier thing. We could schedule and show up and like, you know, be in a room and talk to people. And then there were the rescuers, who were kind of the ones that spent a lot of time, like, you know, the earlier cuts of the film was a lot of women driving in cars. So they were the ones where it was more like, you know, we're kind of just literally trailing them in a car and seeing where they end up. But it became clear that we would have to focus on a few of the women. So Monda became one of the main characters, and then her friend Anne, who they used to work together a lot, and then Anne now does kind of more, she still adopts, but she does like high volume kind of rescue. So she'll, take 60 puppies that North Shore Animal League will bring up north. And then Ruth is the third rescuer who we focused on, who has a huge network of fosters. And she is the one that, kind of has more of like the hands-on adoption process. So it became clear that they were our main subjects, and then we followed them from there.
Awesome.
But a lot came together in the edit, and then we made made transcripts. I have still here, you can't see because of my virtual background, just like piles of transcripts. So we took everything, we turned it into transcripts, and then kind of like scripted it after the fact. But I still remember when we were down there, like there was a storyboard, and it was Anne, Monda, Ruth, and we knew that. And that was kind of the arc.
I feel that. There's so many stories. That's why I try not to do so many documentaries, because I want to tell everybody's story, and you've got to kind of get some focus there. But I think it's just so beautiful. It's so important. So as you were down there collecting these stories, and we'll see that all in Free Puppies, everybody, when it drops in theaters on August 12th. Was there a particular story that stood out for you guys, or something you learned about this process that really grabbed your heart a little bit and also tugged at your heartstrings? Because I can only imagine, like, if it was me doing this, like, I want to adopt them all, like, no, come home with me. How was that for you guys individually, Samantha or Christina?
I'm sure. I think for both of us, or maybe for me particularly, I had a lot of moments where I was like, Sam, like, do you think I could take this dog? And then we'd have to like rethink it, because then can I bring it to California? Can I give it a good home? There's all these steps around it. But there are definitely so many beautiful dogs that we wanted to rescue there. And Sam, you can step into.
Well, we did rescue one. Our
friend did, yes.
Yeah, our mutual best friend, Stevie. There was one dog. So Monda, who is like the main rescuer in the film. She had become, a lot of these women are kind of doing this just like they're so passionate about it. She was doing it for a long time and was taking dogs in to her, like, she's a flooring store, and she'd basically turned it into kind of a temporary like dog kennel. So she had cut back, and part of her cutting back, she's like, I can't go, because a lot of the county shelters there are high kill. And she was like, if I step foot in a shelter, I can't leave without a dog. I can't leave without rescuing. So she hadn't been in years. Of course, we're going to our first kill shelter, and she's like, I can't let you guys go without me. So I'm coming. So she comes, and she looks at us, and she's like, Sam and Tina. She's like, that dog. She's like, that is a good dog, and I can't leave that dog. And so the next thing we know, we're rescuing this dog. His name is now Jojo, and she's a beautiful. She looks like a mini golden retriever, incredibly athletic. I think she's part Dixie Dingo, which is a native to that area. And she's gorgeous. We had her transported to Philadelphia, where our friend lives, and now she lives out in Seattle and is having a really great life. So there were lots of dogs like that we wanted to take with us, but that she was the one that we actually did.
Amazing. I love it. So this film is going to drop, everybody, again on August 12th in theaters. With this work, and now it's going to, see the whole world's going to get it. Take a look at this. What are you hoping now with the message? And I also want to take that into the website, which I love as additional marketing. The message for you, and then carrying on forward, and how they can, and why they should go to freepuppies.us, right? Afterwards, and how they can further see what this is all about. Christina.
Definitely. Yeah. So it would be great for everyone to come and see the film. We would love to have you there. And in addition to that, if you head to our website and even our social media, Instagram particularly, but also Facebook, we have a list of resources. So if you're looking to volunteer, you can sometimes volunteer even remotely, not even go into a shelter. So if you're looking to volunteer or foster or adopt a dog, you can head to our website, check out the list of resources. And then regularly on our Instagram, we repost different fosters, organizations, adoptions that any of our followers can apply to get a dog.
I love it.
So we would love to raise awareness, get less dogs in the shelters, less dogs being euthanized, and really spread the word to help all of these volunteers that are, a lot of them have full-time jobs, and this is just something that they are so passionate about and do on the side. So as much support as we can give them, we would love to.
I love that.
Absolutely.
So Christina, Samantha, again, I think this is so beautiful, and just I love as a filmmaker, and I said that to you earlier, right before we got started. Just doing a documentary, focus on a real life subject, outside of like narrative stuff. This is so amazing, and this is so sorely needed, and it helps open up this world to people that may not be aware of, and I think it's so beautiful, and I think this is tremendous. And then to carry it on with the website to just even further along the message is so beautiful. Everybody on my team can't thank you enough. I can't thank you enough. And so hopefully this will again bring it to the nerd community of how amazing Free Puppies is. With that being said, I can't not ask you, with this amazing work, you want to see that kind of work continue with other projects. How's this experience been now that I'm sure you guys are in like marketing mode, promo, which is why you're here with me, but I would love to see this amazing energy with other things. Are you guys thinking about other things? Are there anything else we can help, maybe spotlight or just throw them socials out there so my people can follow you guys?
Sure. Our Instagram is at We Free Puppies, and definitely keep your eyes open for projects in the future. But right now our focus is definitely on Free Puppies, getting it out for the world to see. And follow us at We Free Puppies. You can hear my rescue dog right now. She's very excited.
This
Yes. And
has been a
Samantha?
5-year project for us. So we are like over the moon that it's finally going to get out there and people are going to be able to see it. And everyone has worked so hard on it, and everyone who was part of the film really just gave us so much of their time and were completely, honest and gave us so much access and trusted us, which was a huge honor, particularly since it was our first film. They didn't have to, and then maybe didn't have reason to, but they did. So we just hope that they are happy with what we put out there. And we just hope that, it helps people see, adopting is absolutely amazing, but understanding kind of what their world is like and what could be done to help them before the problem starts would be just our absolute goal. So that is our plan for the near future, is to focus on all of that.
I love that. And I just have to also add, as a girl dad, I'm loving the girl power on this, and just because representation to me is so important as well. So seeing that within the film itself, and as you said, all these amazing women that are rescuing these dogs, this amazing female team behind this, I think it's so beautiful. And so I just want to give you all a shout out in that regard as well. But everybody check out Free Puppies when it debuts in theaters on August 12th. I'll be out there supporting, and I hope you all will support as well. And then continue that support by heading over to freepuppies.us and seeing what we can do for these rescue dogs. Thank you, Samantha. Thank you, Christina. This was truly a pleasure.
Thank you so much. It was an honor to be here.
No worries. Bye, guys. There you go.
Bye. Thank you so much. Hi, I'm Christina Thomas.
And I'm Samantha Wishman, and we are the co-directors of Free Puppies, a documentary about rescue dogs and the women who save them. Millions of rescue dogs have come up from the rural South, and we went down to understand the challenges that the rescuers were facing to see how we could help them.
And we are so excited to be on NRW, so make sure you check out our episode.